Fritsch looked at St. Maximilian Kolbe and said, "Who are you?" He said, "I am a Catholic priest." He said, "I don't care what pig dies." And he switched them. When men were chosen and they were starving in the bunker, they would hear them crying, swearing, cursing God, blaspheming. It furthered the anxiousness and the despair of the other prisoners to hear these men crying out. They would find sometimes prisoners were starting to eat other prisoners, bite on them and trying to even drink their own urine, because it's a horrible thing to be starved to death. He didn't want them to die that way. He wanted to make sure they would die a good and provided for death. So instead of them hearing all those other things that they heard them praying the rosary, singing hymns to Our Lady. It became like a little chapel. This bunker, this little deeper part of hell, you might say, became the spiritual chapel of Auschwitz, where the men who were not in the starvation bunker, they would go and sit and stand outside and pray along with them and sing along with these men as they were dying. But as one by one the men died, and the voices of the praying and that got lesser and lesser, after about 2 weeks, the Nazis wanted to clear out that room, and when they sent the German nurse in there, they found St. Maximilian Kolbe laying on the floor with this great light emanating from him, so much that the nurse said, "Don't look at me, priest, don't look at me." He said, "Raise your arm," and St. Maximilian Kolbe raised his arm, and he injected him with carbolic acid and the other men and killed them quickly. That's why St. Maximilian Kolbe is the patron saint of drug addicts. That was the heroic act of St. Maximilian Kolbe, not just saving Franciszek Gajemniczak, but helping these other men die holy deaths. In his life, he had this dream or this vision that he was floating over Poland, and he always wondered what that meant. He didn't know, why am I getting this vision about me floating over Poland? Well, in his death on August 14th, 1941, literally did he float over Poland, because they put him, of course, in the crematorium in Auschwitz, and they burned his body. His ashes went up through the chimney, and the wind took his ashes over Poland. This vision that he had was fulfilled.